Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going to talk about two books. I'm recommending two books, and what's unusual here today is that these are current books that just came out. It is the merry month of March, and I was just outside, that's why I'm wearing my coat. I wanted to sit down and do this real quick because I have to take a little trip. So I wanted to get this out. I rarely do episodes where I'm timely in the discussion and recommendation on the books that just came out. Usually I'm doing retro material, and that's fine, but I just read these two books back to back, and again, I wanted to get this out. So the first up was C.J. Bach's Battle Mountain. I wasn't going to read this in hardcover, but, you know, I'm a fan of C.J. Bach's, but, you know, hardcovers are so expensive, so this cost, you know, the list price is $32, so I got this discounted, and that's why I'm reading it in hardcover. Otherwise, I'm going paperback going forward. Hardcovers are just becoming way too expensive. Is it a good book? Yes, it is. C.J. Bach is an excellent writer. Things get Western really quick here, as he says in his novels. It is a Joe Pickett novel. If you haven't read any, he is a game warden in Wyoming, and this features his pal, Nate Romanowski, who is a killer and a tough guy, but he's on the side of the law generally, and he's had a lot of problems in the last couple of books, so it is an ongoing series. Is it helpful to read them in order? Yes, it would be helpful to read them in order. It isn't vital. You can read these all as a standalone, but I would recommend reading them in order, and I don't even know how many he has. This is the latest, so it just came out. The plot is nothing spectacular. It's a traditional plot, you know. Joe Pickett, the character, is a game warden, and he's asked by the governor to go look for a missing relative. Traditional type of plot. Whoops, I got books flying all over here. And it works really well. C.J. Bach is a good writer. C.J. Bach is strongest with his characterizations. You care about the characters, and that means something to the reader. You know, you get involved in their plight. So he does that. The action scenes are always well done. Sometimes they're extended, sometimes they're shorter. This one's about medium, and it's a pretty good book. It's about the standard length. You know, C.J. Bach tells his stories from multiple perspectives, coming back to Joe Pickett always, you know, to propel the story forward. He does it very well. It's not the greatest book I've ever read. C.J. Bach doesn't do that, but he writes great adventure novels, and it's a genre writer, modern Western, and I like them, and I support him, and so I managed to get this in hardcover against my better judgment because they're too expensive, but I did get a discount on it. Going forward, I am going to be buying these in paperback, though, and I don't know how long he'll do this series. So I recommend it. If you haven't read a C.J. Bach's book or a Joe Pickett novel, start at the beginning. And does it even tell me here what's the first one? I don't know if it does. Open Season might be the first one. I believe Open Season was the first one. So tons of Joe Pickett novels out there. I really enjoyed it. Recommend it. Then we get to this baby here, Mickey Spillane and Max Allan Collins' Baby, It's Murder. This is a very short novel. This is 178 pages. This is a short Mike Hammer novel, and this is the concluding Mike Hammer novel. That's been the big deal with this for some time. Pre-advertisement has listed it as the last Mike Hammer novel. Max Allan Collins, for those of you that don't know, have been writing these based upon partially completed manuscripts, some completed manuscripts that he's edited. He's putting them together from snippets now. Story ideas that Spillane left behind, and Spillane had asked that Max Collins do this after he's gone. Max Allan Collins has done a superb job. I've covered these books before. So what do I think? As the concluding novel, it's difficult to talk about it without giving spoilers. But does it work? Yes, it does, actually. It's quite emotional, and I think it should be the last Hammer novel that Max does because he ties it off so beautifully. It's you know, Mike Hammer has been around since, the late 40s. And man, oh man, what a ride, you know. What a great character. And I have them all. I've read them all. I read all of Mickey Spillane's. The first 5 or 6 are the best. But everything Spillane wrote, I'm a fan of. So this starts out, this has a framing sequence that takes place after the millennium, and the story itself is a flashback to the 70s. It works beautifully. It is done superbly by Collins, who is an excellent writer. It's the perfect epitaph to Mike Hammer and his secretary Velda. It's a little emotional for longtime fans like me. It's like, okay, I see what he's doing here. The framing sequence, and I'm not going to give anything away at all. You have to read it yourself. I'm just going to tell you, if you're a Mike Hammer fan, if you've read them and you've read the whole series that Max has continued, this is a fitting conclusion. I had originally thought that Max Allan Collins could continue writing them once the material that Spillane had left behind had been gone through, and just make up his own stories. I think this is a good way to end it. It's been a long haul for us Mike Hammer fans. Maybe I'm getting a little long in the tooth. The framing sequence, right at the beginning, you're going to know where the story's going. That's why I'm not going to talk about it. You pick it up, you read the first few pages, you see where this is going, and it's a little gut-wrenching for longtime fans. It's gut-wrenching for Hammer. It is a great action story. There are bits and pieces in here that Max Collins put in that made me smile. Because Max Allan Collins doesn't get enough credit for this. He understands Mike Hammer. Mike Hammer novels are first-person narratives from Hammer's perspective, and Max Allan Collins has it down. He has it down. If his name wasn't on here on this book, you would think Mickey Spillane wrote this. That's how good it is. And I really enjoyed it. I'm sad that the series is ending. However, the good news is Max Allan Collins has his own characters out there, his own series of books. They're all great, and you can continue reading his books. But with Mike Hammer, we're done for now, at least. But what a conclusion. Heartfelt, perfectly handled by Max Allan Collins. Kudos. Tip of the hat to Mickey Spillane, the late great Mickey Spillane, and Max Allan Collins. I know in previous episodes I've talked about meeting Mickey Spillane. When I met Mickey Spillane, actually the first time I met Max Allan Collins, he was with Mickey Spillane, and I think I've shown you those photographs in previous episodes. Congratulations to Max Allan Collins for putting out the very best final Mike Hammer novel that he could. So 2 book recommendations today. We have C.J. Box, a little longer, and Mickey Spillane and Max Allan Collins for their last go-round. Good contemporary books. They are just released. It's the merry month of March 2025. Stay well, my friends. Stay happy. Feed your beautiful minds. Read some books.